Hey guys, welcome to Horsepower Warehouse. I had a big review planned today with a high dollar drop top car. I'm not going to spoil it for myself yet, but unfortunately you can see our weather that came in and it's not looking like it's going to happen today. So I wanted to take the opportunity to talk to you guys about something that a lot of my customers on the service side are asking me to do, and that is EFI conversions. So I've been doing probably 2 or 3 of them a month on average. People are interested in turnkey reliability, number one. They also want the increased throttle response. They want more power, and they want to circumvent all the issues that they're having with their current carbureted setup. So as you can see in my service side here, we specialize mainly in 1976 and older vehicles, so we have a plethora that comes through my shop right now. I will show you a good example of something that we've just installed recently, and that is pretty much the only EFI that I will put on 99% of my customers' car is the Holley Sniper EFI. I'll show you why, and I'll show you some of the other EFIs that I've come in contact with and my experiences with them. So here we have 1968 Mustang convertible 428. We actually did a Willwood 6-piston and 4-piston brake setup on it. We did the wheels and tires, and we tidied up pretty much the entire car. But here you can see we opted for the, I think it's bronze colored Sniper EFI. So it comes in black polished or bronze, and I really like the classic look of this one. We went ahead and did a AC install on this one as well. We made custom bracketry so that we can tuck that compressor up in there. The Willwood master, nude booster, everything on this car just runs absolutely beautifully. It's as cold as can be. I'll show you guys if the car was running for any amount of time, you would not want to have your hand down there on that exhaust manifold. Of course, we did the Odyssey battery just as a standard upgrade whenever we do a full upgrade suite on our cars. Excuse the plastic, guys, but I'll jump in and show you as an example. Car is dead cold. Push in the clutch, make sure she's in neutral. Turn the key. 1, 2, 3. That's letting the fuel pump build up to the 58 psi that it wants. Every single time. Every time. And I'll show you 96 degrees temperature. As it settles down, well, manifold air temperature is 83. It runs beautifully, guys. I'll give it a little throttle. Even with it dead cold and revving it like that, it instantly brings it back. I love the Holley Sniper EFI system for that reason. I'll go ahead and close this up. In contrast to that, guys, I've had bad experiences. Number one bad experience that I've encountered, and I'll show you. This guy right here. FITech Go EFI 4, 600 horsepower. You'll notice that the front of it looks like brand new. Well, that's because there is a new computer in it. We've done everything we can with the system. Probably spent 8 hours on tech support, back and forth, going with FITech, trying to figure out what's going on with this EFI system. This is not the first FITech that I've had a problem with, and it probably won't be the last. Do you want to see my solution for this? After going back and forth and really just trying to pull for my customer here to get this thing to work correctly like it does. I showed him my sniper kits that I install, and he's like, I want that. Okay, well, let's try and replicate that. There's the new carburetor that's going on it, guys. A Holley. I'm sorry, it's going back to it. He did not want to pull the trigger on the Sniper EFI. He has a bad taste in his mouth now. FITech kind of ruined the EFI conversions for him. I don't blame him. He's like, listen, I just want to go back to retro. I want it to run correctly. I want it to have good power, but I don't want any of these issues at all. So we're going to go ahead and put an electric fuel pump, a modern electric fuel pump that's rated with lower pressure. We're going to take that FITech out and we're going to put a carburetor back in it for him. I will show you another example. Here is a 1968 Camaro. Sorry about the sideways gas cap. Yet another Holley EFI Sniper conversion. And if I were to turn the key on this one, same as the others, as long as you install it correctly, you know, they want their O2 sensor in a certain position and location. So we try to accommodate the instructions to the T, and whenever you do that, it won't give you any issues. Let's give another example of a Holley EFI. Here's the Oldsmobile sled. This car is killer. I love this car, guys. But yet another example here. Let's go in the passenger side because it looks like we have a little bit more room. And let me slide in here with you guys on YouTube. Yet another Holley Sniper EFI. Let's go ahead. Foot on the brake, guys, every time. Make sure it's in park. You'll notice I never touch the gas. Give it a couple seconds to build up the fuel pressure, and every single time the Holley will do its job, and it works beautifully. Let's hit monitor, multi-gauge. There we go. If anything isn't within parameters right away, the background glows in that yellow. You'll see it's it's just because it's dead cold right now. And this car hasn't been started in probably a week, sitting here in this spot. So as it warms up, it'll go into learning. The closed loop will open up. You'll see the injector pulse width will go into its normal parameters. It's only at 500 RPM, so it will adjust as it gets warmer. But even with it not being 100%, every time it still fires, and it will quickly learn and it comes back. Also, I will note to you guys that this is not sponsored. Every one of these EFIs, or at least most of them that I have experience with, have been either purchased by myself, installed for customers, and then I went through the ringer to get them perfect, because if I put my name on it, I want it to be as good as I can get. I only want to represent the best, and that's tough for me as an installer to fight for someone else's product. I'm not an engineering, consultant or anything like that for any of these companies, so it's difficult to find something that works like I want it to, and I have high expectations. Let's look at another EFI. The Nova, the drag race car with 3 seats and 2 sub boxes and AC with a motor plate. So we have a strange combination here. I didn't build this car. I can kind of see what he was going for. You sit in the pits and it gets hot, and everyone's always asking you to ride along. Well, you have air conditioning, you have a sound system, you got 3 seats. If you don't care about what you're actually running going down the quarter mile, this is an awesome car, and it'll get you down Brainton Motorsports. Excellent. So let's take a look at the EFI here. The fast system. Fuel air spark technology has been around for years and years. I think they were probably one of the pioneers of the racing EFI conversion kit for the older engines. I know that personally fast is the one that I've had experience with first on drag cars. So whenever I see a drag car and I see a fast system, I kind of go, oh, okay, this makes sense. The reason why the fast is preferable on the drag cars is because there's more injector usually available, and it's more tunable with a laptop. Not auto tuning like the Sniper does, but it's more adaptable to something like this, a big old engine with aluminum heads and high-rise intake, big headers, you know, of course, complete aftermarket ignition. So that's kind of what you want, is the adaptability on the EFI. I don't have a Edelbrock system in the building right now, but I have had somewhere in between my experiences with the Holley and the FITech. So the Edelbrock doesn't want to self-learn quite as easy as the Holley does, but it can be made to run correctly. I've had 3 of them run great and 1 of them run bad, so take that for what it's worth. With that being said, what else did I cover? MSD. They have an EFI out, and I had a Bronco come through here with it. The MSD had a couple different issues, mainly in the controller and the map sensor. I had a map sensor that was faulty twice that I had to replace, and the controller is not nearly as good as the Holley EFI Sniper kit, so I tend not to want to install those. And with that being said, I think I've covered most of them that are on the market right now, guys. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to put it down there. Please like and subscribe. I'll keep making more videos for you.